They are definitely still in their houses right now. Now, according to multiple sources, tonight is supposed to be one of the biggest barrages since the beginning of the conflict. Let me see if I could pull that up for you. Well, this here, now I'm trying to get to these websites, and I haven't seen one of these warnings or the website has been seized postings for quite some time. I'm talking like probably 15 years ago. I remember seeing stuff like this, but multiple times I've run across this. So it's only for these types of websites. There's one. And this is the other one, presstv.com. If you guys know more about this type of stuff, please let me know. This one is clearly not American. So how can an American government seize this? I'm not sure. But let's get back to what I was talking about here. This was at 1:06 p.m. Eastern Time today. Breaking: Pentagon sends warplanes, aircraft carrier to Middle East as Iran-Israel conflict rages. And then at the top there, you see the air defense activated in Bushehr. The ongoing Israeli strikes on Tehran tonight are described as the longest and heaviest since the start of the conflict. And what is that? That's as of 1 hour ago. So we're going to expect to see a lot of imagery and video coming in tonight or as of tomorrow. But here's another story that's not getting the light that I think it should get. This was yesterday or last night. 2 Iranian Red Crescent workers were killed in an Israeli strike in Tehran, relief group says. 2 Iranian Red Crescent workers were killed in Tehran in an Israeli attack, the relief group said on X on Monday. This attack took place while the first responders were adhering to their most basic human responsibilities and were not engaged in any military activity, the Iranian Red Crescent Society said. This is worse than a war crime, folks. This is like a crime against like serious humanity here. These are people trying to rescue kids, mothers, whoever, right? Like innocent people, and then they're taking the brunt and the hit, and this is just absolutely unnecessary. This is exactly what's happening in Gaza. Okay, Gaza's had way more Red Crescent workers killed. I think in just one day they had like 7 or 10 killed. The world is not in a great place right now, and it's showing. I think I have more from Trump. Okay, this is another story that, again, probably doesn't get enough eyeballs. So this is courtesy of Kim Iverson here. This was last night. You can just see how precise the missiles are. So this is apparently where these top scientists and military personnel are living, and that's how precise. If he was in that exact apartment, it looks like that's what they did. They just went after that apartment and not the whole building. This could be AI, but I wouldn't doubt these guys have that type of capabilities, right? They got the supersonic missiles. They got almost everything, man. They almost got laser from outer space to Earth. Like, it's definitely more of a proxy war and virtual war than anything. You know, it's incredible with these drone. We've now seen in Ukraine and Russia, it's drone versus drone. You know, you got every type of drone, the flying drones, the autopilot tanks versus another autopilot tank, or remote tank versus remote tank where there's no pilotless, right? Let me turn on the audio here. I got audio on that that main feed there. It wasn't even live. I had it on pause there. Now if I remove this a bit here. This tracker here, this tracker is showing there are spots that are lighting up here. There's one. That might say Haifa, right? Now earlier, maybe like 30 minutes ago, I did hear a lot of bombs, and I did see it. And was it Tehran? I think it was in Tehran. They were countering, they were intercepting them, and you could see the flashes in the sky. And I did hear a lot of bombardment. Some of them were hitting in Tehran. So that video definitely, that I just showed you, definitely should be true. There should be a lot of activity tonight. Last night was definitely very slow. New reports are showing that that Iran has 3,000 missiles, whereas I thought they had 2,000, but who knows the real number? At this point, who knows the real numbers? Right? Everybody's going to be lying in this war. Everybody wants to sound more powerful than the other person and not give away intel. Maybe we can catch up on the death toll here. From what I remember from yesterday, it was Israel has like 24 deaths and like 600 injuries, and Iran has like 224 deaths and who knows how many injuries. Sounds more like it's a vehicle on the ground. So as of 20 minutes ago, Trump's meeting with national security team in the Situation Room has started. His meeting with his national security team in the Situation Room, according to a White House official, it comes as the president weighs if the U.S. should get further involved with the ongoing conflict between Israel and Iran. He left the Group of Seven summit in Canada a day early yesterday to return to Washington. Just some background. Israel has asked the United States for a purely defensive posture amid its conflict with Iran. Israeli ambassador to U.S. Yachel Leiter told CNN. More than 30 U.S. aerial refueling tankers have been surged to the region over the last several days to prepare for the possibility that Trump decides to order the U.S. Air Force to help refuel Israeli fighter jets as they carry out strikes over Iran. Two sources familiar with the matter told CNN. I do have a video here of let's see if I can pull this one up here. CNN reporter, what's his name there? Something Robertson. No, come on. How do I not have it? There's a video of CNN reporter there who was driving on a road, and one of the mortars, it was still smoldering and smoking, and he stopped and he got out and he got it right here. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I got it. Yes, I got it right here.
This just came down. We were watching intercepts in the sky above me, the early morning sky, and there was a lot of loud explosions and impacts. And you can see here, this missile here, right behind me, lying in the road here. It's still smoking. This came down. This was from the latest salvo of Iranian missiles intercepted. Not clear if this is an intercept missile or one of the Iranian missiles. Still smoking in the road here. Only just...
Try and get that a little bit more clear for you guys. Nick Robertson. I'm sure everybody has heard of Nick Robertson on CNN. This guy's definitely putting his life in jeopardy being in these pretty serious places.
Above me, the early morning sky, and there was...
God, I did it again.
This just came down. We were watching intercepts in the sky above me, the early morning sky, and there was a lot of loud explosions and impacts. And you can see here, this missile here, right behind me, lying in the road here. It's still smoking. This came down. This was from the latest salvo of Iranian missiles intercepted. Not clear if this is an intercept missile or one of the Iranian missiles. Still smoking in the road here. Only just...
Yeah, so this guy is definitely on the scene. Live and on the scene, folks. Any more latest? Let me see if I could get some more updates here. Or more footage. I'm sure people are shooting more footage. 14 minutes ago, I got some more footage here. 33 minutes ago. Iranian missiles over Haifa. Video recorded by Indian merchant navy officers at Haifa port, or Haifa. Now this video I'm watching says it's probably from previous days. I'm just taking a look at another video here. Looks like it's from satellite or something. It's X-ray vision or night vision. Looks like they're about to. Oh man, what a destruction! These look like they might be hitting their military bases and military buildings. What else do I got for you guys? This is a CNN source. Oil surges 4% to highest levels since late January due to escalating Iran-Israel conflict. Are we talking about U.S.? U.S. oil futures climbed 4.3% to settle at 74.84 cents. $74.84, the highest closing price since January 22nd. So Trump went into office around what, January 20th? January 21st? So he was talking about how he dropped the price of gas. But looks like it's going to be going back up. Crude has spiked by 23% so far this month, a shift that is already boosting gasoline prices. See, I just told you. Brent crude, the world benchmark, jumped more than 4% on Tuesday. So, everything, he's chopping everything, and he's increasing prices. So he's chopping funding for everything, and he's increasing prices. That's not the sign of a great president. And civil unrest, right? And he's getting his hands dirty in international wars. Everything he's doing is just like completely wrong for a president, you know, not something to be proud of, right? He didn't stop the Ukraine war, you know, he's not stopping what's happening in Gaza, and now he's getting his hands dirty in this, right? So I have a feeling this might be the calm before the storm here, because we got reports that this was going to be the longest and most amount of missile strikes Trump is in the war room right now. Strikes could be on the way. As soon as Trump says he's going to get his hands involved here, or get involved, it won't take long for, you know, a fighter jet to head over there and just do some damage. They're apparently trying to strike this underground Fordo. Fordow, Fordo underground. which holds all the uranium, or the biggest supply of missiles or something like that. So it could go down right now, man. We are live on Twitch right now. June 17, 3:07 p.m. Eastern Time. With your boy, Steve Stacks. So glad you can join us. If you like this content, I got this and a bunch more. I do another live stream with my live pet. I've got comedy stuff. I've got music stuff. I've got a little bit of a game show going on too. I've got political stuff. Head over to the channel, the YouTube channel. Check it out. My YouTube channel is at Stacks Rap. STACKS. It's should be right there on your screen. Right at the bottom there. Stacks Rap. Got about 300 videos. And I got about 55 to 60 multi-genre songs for you to enjoy. Everything from rap to drum and bass to electronic and more. Bringing you the good stuff. I also got some merch that you can purchase on Amazon, on my personal website. Go there and check it out, guys. And if you would like to be a supporter, at the bottom of your screen, you can send me a tip or buy me a coffee at paypal.com/paypal.me or PayPal.me/SC2007, or a direct e-transfer at rubberducky86@hotmail.com. Right now we are waiting for any new reports. Let's take a look at the casualties so far. Iran says 45 women and children have been killed in Israel's latest attacks 19 hours ago. Another 75 women and children injured. Israeli attacks on other parts of the capital have also killed 3 Iranian Red Crescent Society workers who were carrying out rescue operations. According to Iranian Ministry of Health and Medical Education, at least 224 people have been killed and 1,481 wounded 19 hours ago. Source: Al Jazeera. Israeli attacks on Tehran have not only targeted military bases and nuclear sites, but have also penetrated the bedrooms, kitchens, and living rooms of civilians. Children have been killed. Teachers have fallen silent. Athletes have been buried in rubble. Now, I got another story for you guys that I'm sure a bunch of you do not know. The first foreign soccer player cancels arrival in Israel due to security situation. Robinho, a Portuguese winger who recently signed with Hapoel Haifa, cancels his move to Israel. I'm going to go over to another feed right now. This one is showing See, it looks like Tehran. I don't know what happened there. They lost feeds in Tehran. Something might seriously be happening over there. Let's see. This is the story here. You guys see that story? Everybody knows Robinho, right? So I guess he signed already, but he probably doesn't get paid yet, right? So he signed with them and is saying, I'm not moving to Israel. I was very eager to join the club, but in light of the situation and concerns for my family's safety, I've decided to withdraw from the agreement. So I guess there's a clause in there. He's allowed to withdraw. Robinho wrote, he added that he hopes for more peaceful times in the future when he might reconsider playing in Israel. That's a pretty prolific player there, and a famous player that had to bow out due to these absolute safety concerns here. No updates from that thing yet. That's very strange. Really wonder what happened to those streams. Now, they could probably either pull them down themselves. I think it might be a little bit more than that. It is 10:18 local time in probably, I think, it's 10:18 in Israel. But in... no air raid sounds yet. It's a hot one here today, folks. It's like 27 with 60 or 65% humidity here. Sun blaring today. As I heard, it is actually really hot in the west, on the west, and in USA. I'm gonna try to bring you some breaking news right now. I'm gonna try, as I'm sure there's a lot of stuff happening, just not on camera. As of 14 minutes ago, source CNN, Israeli military says it has identified a new wave of incoming Iranian missiles, so we should be watching Israel right now. Defense systems are operating to intercept the threat. Locations in Israel and the West Bank hit by Iranian strikes. I don't know if you see that on your screen right now. You probably... Oh yeah, here we go. You can see that, right? Quite the areas they're hitting there. That's Steve Stacks _official on Twitch. Go over there right now. Smash that like. Hit the sub. Hit the notification button for more streams like this and more. Always bringing you the great stuff, the good stuff, the live stuff, the current news, political stuff. I'm going to try and get you some Tehran feeds, but I have a feeling those are probably the best ones that are up right now. I gotta spin up a J right now. I'll put up an Iranian news source, news broadcast here. I don't know if I could fit too many more things on this multi-stream here, but I shall try. Just for you. Sorry for that. We need donations so that we can stop these commercials and ads. That's what I'm looking for. Where would I put this? Okay, let's see if I can. Alright, let's see if I can move this up here, since that is not. So what is that, a video here? They're showing a video? Well, there's your Iranian source. We got a bit of everything kicking right now. I see a lot of love for Israel in the chat there. We are seeing clips. And those are during the day, so maybe that's what happened during the day. Oh, I've seen this one before. They're just showing the drones. A lot happening in the world, folks. Too much, some might say. Too much bad stuff happening in the world. Not enough good stuff. Nine minutes ago, we have an update from Blue Sky. Come on, kick in. From NBC. Four minutes ago. We got footage here. We got footage of something. Watch video. Israeli Air Force says shows targeting of Iranian air defense missile batteries. Should we take a look? They're sending drones in here. Boom. They're hitting some type of serious sector right there. It's just a camera from the drone. Now it looks like they hit a vehicle too. Still not getting Tehran feeds or video feeds. (10:28 p.m.) What might we see in the upcoming minutes here? Will we get action tonight? I'm sure we will. Last night was apparently very slow, which is a good thing, but I don't see this slowing down. Any minute we're going to hear if Trump is sending in military troopers. I don't know, but on foot, but sending troopers, sending aircrafts. Troopers in aircrafts, I believe. They were also saying how Iran was trying to send like barrages of 30 or more missiles at a time, and now they're down to they're only sending a handful at a time. And I said earlier, about an hour ago, I was watching the live stream and I heard a bunch of bombs hitting, and I seen some getting intercepted in the sky, and that was in Tehran. And now we don't have feeds for Tehran. So we have to go by sources reporting on the ground, video coming in. Oh, we got movement in the Tel Aviv one. Not sure why he's doing that. But there's no air raid sounds, so. Trying to roll a doobie right now and do this at the same time. That is me breaking up a doobie. So this Iranian news channel is not really showing much. Again, this could be the calm before the storm, folks. Anything can happen. This is live feeds. Sure. So this is the 5th day of conflict, and we have seen mass casualties so far, mass injuries. They say very significant targets in Tehran have been struck. Iran's military said it struck an Israeli military intelligence center in Tel Aviv with a guided missile. We are waiting on Trump to see what he says during his meeting here in the war room with his national security. I really don't think it's going to be a good outcome for Iran today or tonight. I think Trump is going to initiate something tonight. He wouldn't be discussing or leaving the G7 if he didn't want to get involved, right? It's kind of showing already. And I always say, if it involves spending money, Trump is in it. He wants to do it, right? If it involves spending too much money, then he's involved, period, right? His goal is to overspend. Trust me. That great, beautiful act or bill that he wants to pass on July 1st or coming up very soon is, he already asked, or he already included in there that he wants to overspend by $4 trillion, right? So his goal is literally spend, and make the people pay it all back, right? Taxing the hell out of the people. And we're already seeing that pretty much, even just with the riots in LA. Like, that could have been handled by just state police, right? But he had to call in the military, he had to call in the Marines, he had to call in, come on. You're trying to overspend, man. It's obvious. Right? And then he's stopping all the incoming money that was already there from tourists and stuff. So now tourists are not going. So you're stopping all the money, to either break even or to make money. He's stopping all of that. All the musicians don't want to go there, and there won't be any concerts to make money from people. It's just, there's no money being made, and he's just spending with all these things. So it's not going to get any better for Americans right now. He's digging a hole that is going to be very hard to get out of. for centuries, maybe a century, but when you overspend this amount, it's hard to climb back. You know what I mean? Might have to I'm gonna mute that right now. I don't want to be hearing a dog, but got any updates from that? No updates from that. So I gave you some breaking news about Robinho, the athlete, the soccer player, who will not be moving to, I think it's Hapoel Haifa. He was just recently signed, and he will not be making the trip to Israel now or even in the near future, as things seem to be escalating, not de-escalating. We lost these live streams from Tehran, I don't know, about a half an hour ago, 45 minutes ago. Trying to see if there's any stories coming in here. Not seen any. I hope everything's okay, but I highly doubt it, guys. I highly doubt things are getting better in Tehran or Iran. Well, JD Vance was asked about, what's their position, and he does dodge it, right? You guys can go and check that one out yourself. He will never answer directly to a question. He'll always dance around it, It's pretty clear Trump does. Okay. Whatever you say, buddy. And remember, JD Vance was not boots on the ground fighting with weapons. He was a journalist in the army. That's why he's so well spoken. Still, CNN, the latest, is 18 minutes ago, showing footage of some drones hitting some defense missile batteries. Or defense missiles. What are we seeing just now? U.S. officials tell CNN that Trump backed off plans to send senior officials to meet with Iranians in an effort to reach a deal. Now, that doesn't surprise me because he left the G7. So he left the G7 and he was supposed to sign a de-escalation treaty or whatever you want to call it, right? So obviously he's not going to be siding with de-escalation or stopping a war, right? That's really not news to me. Maybe it's news to you, but it's not news to me. And here we go, going in circles again. And people's lives are on the line here. On Twitch at SteveStacks_official. Yes, sir. We are live. Looks like an update just happened right there. President Trump. Oh. Yeah. That one. We already read that one. It has been over an hour stream. I am 1 hour and 15 minutes in. And no real threats right now. But lots of time still to go. I can imagine how worried people in Iran and Israel are right now. If you ask me, I would not want to be living in either of those places. I feel extremely blessed at this point. I could be absolutely dirt poor in Canada right now and feel absolutely blessed to be in this situation that I'm in over here. Trying to look for some more video of anything brand new out of Iran. Not really seeing any of it. I have a feeling there's going to be a shitload of video tomorrow or later on. The skies are clear. The skies are clear for the time being. What will ensue, we shall see. I'm trying to bring you the latest. We have reported that U.S. has moved additional fighter jets to the region, right? And now he's holding these meetings with his national security. It's just leading us to believe that he's going to get his hands dirty in this one, which is not good for the American people, because the American people are going to lose a ton of money, and they have now threats within their country. So you don't think there's Iranians in America right now? Like, it's just going to fuel things like, you know, terrorism within USA now. And who knows, maybe these guys are like secret agents and stuff too. Like, just not something you want to do, not something you need to do, and yet Trump will do it. You know, like, no shit. This guy always does the fucking stupid shit, right? I'm gonna raise tariffs on this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this. He's not gonna save fucking famine or whatever. He's not gonna, you know, save the people from famine. He's not gonna fucking stop homelessness. No, he's gonna dip his fucking hands in a war that's across the world. Why not? Right? A lot of other countries are saying just let it play out, right? Let these two countries just duke it out. USA seems to be one of the countries that wants to be the most involved right now. Canada stepping back, Switzerland stepping back. Right? You don't hear shit about us or Switzerland, right? Canada has way too many Iranians here and, you know, Israelis here to even think about getting involved, man. It's not going to be good for the Canadian citizens, you know, or Israeli/Canadian citizens, or, you know, Iranian/Canadian citizens. Like, I can just imagine what would happen. USA is already a little bit unsafe. This would make it really unsafe, man. Like, are we getting any more updates from this Reddit here? No. Let's head over to that. I'm going to head over to this one here. If I'm not getting any more updates, I think I'm going to shut this live stream down. We got 1 minute ago from CNN. The exiled son of Iran's deposed monarch calls for Iranian uprising. Reza Pahlavi, the exiled son of Iran's deposed monarch, called for an uprising in Iran, saying the Islamic Republic has come to an end and is falling. In a video speech published on X on Tuesday, Pahlavi said only a total uprising is needed in order to bring forever an end to this collective nightmare. Now is the time to stand up, the time to take Iran back, all of us together, he said. Do not be preoccupied about the day after the fall of the Islamic Republic. Iran will not enter a period of instability or civil war, he said. In recent years, Israel has strengthened ties with Pahlavi, who has voiced support for Israel's actions, drawing praise from some in the Iranian diaspora, and accusations of betrayal from others. His father, the late Shah of Iran, had warm ties with Israel before he was overthrown by the Islamic Revolution in 1979. Now, another thing that I noticed about this war is how much the Gaza war now will be pushed back, right? Back grill. It's on the back grill now. Now all the front page news will be about this war. So the American people, or the world, is now not going to be preoccupied or occupied with the Gaza stats and facts, right? So this might be a tactic from USA as well. Let's go hard on this one, and then we're still going to be involved in the Gaza one, but people are not going to be hearing about all the numbers and figures coming in from Gaza anymore, right? This is what I'm saying. It definitely makes sense. You guys can chime in, right? But the truth is the truth. There's always going to be one truth, right? There's a right side and a wrong side here. Somebody's got to be right and somebody's got to be wrong. There's no in between. There could be two right things at the same time, but come on. When you're talking about a war, is there really two sides that are right? I don't think so, right? Things are going to get messy. That's a fact, right? There's no two sides to that one. It's just things are going to get messy with Gaza and with this Iran-Israel conflict. So that was the latest, and I think I'm going to head out right now. I will probably be back, especially if we hear some more significant stuff coming out here. But I will be watching the hockey game in probably 4 hours right now. So 4 hours from now, if I'm not live, it's probably because I'm watching Edmonton versus Florida, Stanley Cup game. Go Cats, go. I really think the Cats are going to win, and they will win tonight. The Florida Panthers will host the cup, will hoist the cup tonight in Florida. I say a 4-2, 5-2 game type of game. Should be a rough one as well. I expect a couple fights. But thanks for watching, everyone. I'm Steve Stacks. I will be live again at some point. And if you like the video, please hit the like and subscribe button. Stacks out.